All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am your mistress of ceremony, Lady Nyca, in with another retro review of Dynasty Circa 1981. This is season 1, episode 9, entitled The Necklace Bitch. The Necklace. I ain't even put one on today, but I got on a pair of earrings, bitch. The necklace, okay? So, I know y'all caught that last slide, the way it ended, right? That old Blake Harrington, that thing, something else, okay? Well, we open up this episode with Blake at the office, and he's telling his secretary to get Crystal on her private line. See, he been trying to reach out to Crystal, but Crystal ain't answering that phone. So he told the secretary girl call over there on her private line. Secretary doing her job, but Crystal is not answering. Of course, she not answering. You done violated a Blake. No, Blake, right, girl, right there. Blake, him back there. He done violated his wife. He one of them men that think because he married to you, he could take you whenever he want to. And nowadays that's not tolerated. But in those moments, that's what she had to deal with. She ain't answering the phone, so he gonna tell the lady to keep calling her every 20 minutes. The fuck? Anyway, child. Now over at Claudia's house, Claudia and Max, Lindsay tries on an outfit made by her mom, and she seems to be happier. She's not crying and face turning all red. She's not woe is me. She in a happy place. Then you see Matt come in. He's saying she's beautiful as well. Then Walt calls. And it seems like their well may actually come in today. So some of that old black gold Texas tea, yeah, but Colorado tea. So he's telling Matt, you need to get on down here, child. Today could be the day. I feel it in my bones, right? So Matt gets ready to head out to the rig because the well may actually come in. But Claudia want to come with them. But he says that, she don't need to come because they don't know how long they're really gonna have to be out there. They just hoping for the best, but anticipating the worst. Sorry about that. Let me turn it off because that's doing a little too much right now. Okay. So he didn't turn her down, right? She then says to him, well, who else is gonna celebrate with y'all if this happens today? He said, just me, Walt, and the crew. She said, and who else? She wants to know who will he celebrate with other than Walt and the boys. Matt gets mad and says that she's doing too much and just let him be for once. Can I just be happy and excited? And he walks out on her. Now, Lindsay done overheard that, and she offers not to go to Tanya's party. That's why she all spiff it up. Her friend Tanya having a party, and she said she'll stay home with Claudia, her mama. Claudia knows that Lindsay probably overheard her and her dad having a little argument and tells her to go enjoy yourself. You want to really make me happy? Go enjoy yourself. She said, don't worry about what you overheard. Old married couples do this. We all have a little moment every now and again. And, she said Matt is a good man. He's one of the best she's ever known. So it's okay if he blows off steam every now and again. But she's fine about it all, and she urges her to go to the party and don't worry. Mm-hmm. Blake is nervous, child. He cursed and answered that phone all day. He already know what he gives, girl. He is scared. So he coming there bearing some flowers in a box, right? He gave her this long, drawn-out speech about what he had to go through in order to get these flowers from this particular florist that Crystal likes. So when she as she's listening to this, you can see she ain't trying to hear, right? He just doing all kinds of other small talk about business, and she just looking at him. Crystal still not responding, so he says that he want to apologize for how he treated her a couple of nights ago. He was out of order. He presents her with her favorite flower, and it made her smile. And he explains that she has this strange effect on me. You got this strange power over me, you know, just like, and when I found out you were on the birth control pills, I just felt some kind of way. Cause see, you, baby, you know, you got that power over me, and you're the only person on this earth ever made me feel that way. So you know, when I found out about them birth control pills, I felt like that was a part of you not trusting me because you don't want to give me a child. And I always want to make sure that before I leave this earth, that you have something to remember me by, because you have that strange effect over me, baby. You know, you everything in a bag of chips to me. You the sweetest thing I ever known, Crystal. I just love you down. I love you up and I love you down. And child, within a motherfucking matter of minutes, voila, magic. Child, she done forgave him, giving him a big hug, telling my he ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere no time soon. And we'll get to that point. Girl, I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself. At the rig site, all the guys there wanting to see if today will be the day that they, will get their all their hard work will be worth it all if they're going to hit that black gold Colorado tee. We got, you know what I'm saying? All the men standing around, they nervous. The rig is started pumping, but ain't nothing coming through it but just plain water, dirt water that is. They ain't seeing this black gold Texas tea, right? But they waiting, they anticipating. Now let's go over to Tanya's house because Tanya's having a teenage party at her house. Oh, you see all the cute little boys there, all the cute little girls there. They got bowls of chips and things of that nature. But Lindsay is not so cheerful. Music, the cheering, dancing. They dancing, nice music. Ain't none of that is some hoes in this house, or none of that up and it's up and it's up and it's up. Just regular, good, clean, wholesome music for the little white children to sit there and dance and swing their hips to. But she's not happy. She's not crying or snapping, but she's not happy. Not as one would think she should be, surrounded by her peers, and I'm sure some little boy up in there she got a little liking to. She says she's not feeling her best, and Tanya asks her, please don't tell my hypochondriac mama that, because baby, if you tell her that, she gonna swear for God that I need to shut the party down. She said, did you call your mama? She said, yeah, I called Claudia. She didn't call her Claudia, I am. She said, I called her, but she didn't answer. Means to say, go over there and just call her again. Maybe she was in the shower or something like that. So she goes and calls her mother yet again, and no answer. In fact, when the camera panned over to Matthew and Claudia's house, lights off, Claudia is not there. Now, where is she is the question. Where's she at? I tell you, girl, I know. I got Miss Cleo vibes. Girl, Claudia is down to the singles bar by the name of Scandals. And honey, she done came in there and sat at the bar and ordered her a couple of drinks when this weird dude with all these old ass pickup lines is right there. And she pretty much shooed him away. But who she didn't shoo away was the next gentleman that came up to him. Because he was a little bit more better looking. And his lines, although corny, wasn't as corny. And we learned that his name is Lawrence Armstrong, also known as Larry to his friends. And bitch, guess what? The other dude didn't look like he had no job, but bitch, Larry got a job. He's a marketing exec for some company that he told her right away. She introduces herself, and before you know it, they well on into the evening, and they done been dancing, and they done been drinking. They've been drinking. They've been drinking. They've been drinking. They've been drinking. So the next thing we see is him actually pulling into his apartment complex, and guess who in the car with him? Claudia. She gets out the car. He begins to want to kiss all over her, and she's like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I'm married. He said, girl, what marriage got to do with it? Me too. Don't you want to come upstairs and have a little drink and drink? We done spent the whole evening together. And she says no. So he attempts to try to kiss her again, only for her to push him off and run off. And he said, what's going on with you? Are you some type of what are you, girl? You teasing me? You teasing me is around here now? But girl, she done ran off. She ran off saying she made a mistake. So let's go back over to the Carrington's estate, right? You got Fallon going to see that chauffeur that she likes to bump and grind with every now and by the name of Michael. And he saw her coming through the window, baby. He got in position, laying in that bed with them little bit ass drawers on and looking in the magazine like that's what he was doing the whole time. She said she couldn't sleep. She was bored since her husband Jeff is overseas right now. Child, she seemed jealous of the fact that he'd been spending so much time with Kobe, Cecil Kobe's secretary, Jennifer, the one with the English accent. He's still messing around with her. Now, Fallon said, no, well, this is my thing. My thing was, girl, how you gonna be judged? Your daddy just said, girl, on the last episode, that man said she got a sex-ass dick and probably was fucking his whole football team that he on. In this episode, I see why he's saying that. Because she got a whole husband, yet she over here upset with what the hell this man got going on. Long story short, baby, she came also looking for, she didn't want just ping, she wanted information too. And the information he was willing to give her was that Jennifer has another good Judy that's a secretary to this longshoreman. And a couple of weeks ago, Crystal came through there with some jewelry and she left $40K richer. He said he had some other info too, but he had to make her seduce him to get that other intel, and she gladly obliged. Now, girl, this next scene was crazy. I ain't seen one of them in a month of Sundays, honey. Claudia wound up making her way to a payphone. Bitch, I was shocked. I said, what the hell is that? And then I remembered, girl, don't act like you don't know. You telling your age, but girl, okay. She gets to the payphone, and guess who she thinks to call? She calls Steven. Because, see, she done ran off from Larry. After dancing, drinking, and leading him on, she called Steven, and Steven was asleep at home in bed. She answers. He says he realizes it's Claudia. She says she in trouble, and child, she gave him the location, and he showed up to pick her up. Right? She says that when once he picked her up, she said she needed a friend, and she appreciated him. Coming to get him. And then she explains to him what she done earlier on in the night, her little bar escapade. She says she feels safe though with Steven. She says she should head home, but asked where he's going the next day because he was in bed asleep because he was going somewhere the next day. He said up to his family cabin to get away and think. She says she understands what that means and wishes she can go with him. But she gonna go on back to her car and go home for the night. But thank you so much for having my back. And I said, ooh, I started remembering where we going with this. Y'all stay with me. I'm gonna bless you. Now at the breakfast table the next morning, Crystal and Fallon having small talk, and then she asked Crystal what would she wear to the party because it was a party that night. Crystal said she and Blake decided not to go. Fallon said, girl, I wish I could say the same, but I done promised to show up, and it's going to be a boring event, but I'm going. And then she asked a question to Crystal. She said, can I borrow your emerald necklace and earring set? Crystal looked at her kind of peculiar. First of all, we ain't even friends, bitch. We ain't even not friends. We're not friends. And you treat me like shit. You always slinging salt in my motherfucking name, bitch. You throw salt on my name. You talk to me disrespectful. But I guess I gonna let you hold my emerald necklace and earring set. So when she goes upstairs to her safe and she pulls this jewelry box out that contains the emerald earrings and necklace, she also had a piece of paper sitting on top of it. She put the piece of paper in her drawer, and as she was doing that, Fallon knocked on the door of her bedroom, and she told her to come on in. She hands her the box containing the jewelry. Fallon takes it upon herself to set the woman vanity and open it up. When she opened it up, it was the emerald necklace and earring set. Fallon went to telling her some shit about I was with daddy when he took me shopping and said he wanted to buy something special for you. She said, girl, when your daddy bought that, you was in Reno. So she said, oh, it must have been something else. She told Crystal, Crystal said, look, girl, just cut to the chase. Is there something you want to ask me? Because I feel like you want to ask me something, but you're playing around with it. She said, what were you talking about? She said, are you talking about, she told Crystal she said, she was being melodramatic, girl, and said that, what are you talking about? You mean that little sweet talk I overheard you and Matthew Blaisdell having at that party? She said, that ain't no big deal. People say things when they're at parties, especially after drinking. Crystal tells her, then, okay, well, then never mind. So Fallon leaves. And then Crystal goes back over to her vanity and pulls out this receipt that was sitting inside of the jewelry case. And we can clearly read that that jewelry ain't the original jewelry that Blake bought her, but in fact, it's a replica. And she burns the receipt of such of her transgressions against her husband. Child, what I love about this is a whole lot of secret going on. Claudia is at the therapy session the next day, and she's saying that she loves her job, that's the one thing holding her together right now. And she went on to telling her therapist about her going to the single bar that the night before and picking up a man. So now she want to know, am I a hooker? What's wrong with me? Why can't I get it together? The therapist asked, what did Matt say? She said he hasn't said anything because he was at work. She explains that she got upset when she couldn't go to the site and wait on the well to come through because her husband said no. She said she felt like he was wrong, but now that she's had some time to think, she feels like maybe she was wrong, and she concerned why she went to that bar. Why did I go there? What is it going to take for me to get it together? She concerned at Matt and why she can't seem to get him to respond to her. And the therapist asked, do you mean sexually? She said, child, sexually, emotionally, verbally, you name it. He's just like, he's not there. He tells her that she's fighting back tears telling him this because she's angry with Matt. But why won't she at least talk to her husband about it? And don't act like I ain't caught on to the fact that you've also kind of insinuated a woman. So if there's another woman, don't you think you should confront Matt? Why haven't you confronted Matt? And that woman said, I haven't confronted him because I didn't want to hear it. Plus, I already know that he loves her. I said, wow. So let's go back over to the crew, child. Matt Walter and the crew is down to the bar having an old Wayne Dang doodle of a time because that black gold Texas tea came through, girl. That black gold Texas tea came through, right? So Matt is posing a toast to Walt for being a father figure and not giving up. Walt then does a toast for Matt for him not giving up on him and giving up a secure job to take an adventure on that could have, possibly yielded in both of them in financial ruins. Thank you for being a friend, child. Travel down the road and back again. See, your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And look here, if you ever threw a party bigger than the one we having right now, because this black gold Colorado chicken came in, if you ever threw a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me. And the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. I said, oh, that's nice. That's real nice. They partying and everything. I think I missed some, Chad. Hold on. I did. Right after that therapy session, Claudia actually goes to this damn art gallery. She's not there by happenstance. She's there because she didn't call Crystal's house and found out from the maid that talked too much that Crystal's there. So she goes there and runs into Crystal, and she's saying to her, Crystal said, how's your family? Crystal said, Claudia said, Matt is good. And she basically confronted that woman, asked her, still not asking her man, asking her, did you used to sleep with my husband? And Crystal told her, have you spoken with Matt about this? She ain't saying no. She said, did you ever speak to Matt about this? I don't need to ask him. I'm asking you. She said, well, you should ask him because that's your husband. I'm nobody to you. Claudia told Crystal, you are Blake Harrington's wife. What more do you need? And she walked off angry, right? So later, after the celebration down to the bar for the whale coming in, Matthew goes home to find Lindsay there. And she said her mother wasn't there and instructed her that if it starts to get a little late, go on back over to Tanya's house, okay? He tells her that good news of the whale coming in, and she said that's good. He actually brought gifts for him, for her and her mother. He can't tell. He can tell Lindsay upset with him, and when he asks what's wrong, she give him a lie. Then she finally tells him what's wrong. She asked him, "Am I a bastard?" He said, "What do you mean?" She said, "I went down there to the county clerk office and I looked at y'all marriage license. Mama and your last. So I'm trying to figure out, am I a bastard or not?" And he told her they both love her. The timing may have been a little bit off, but he loved her. Both of them love her. And then the girl said, do you love Mama? Do you love her? And he said he do. And she said, I don't think that you do. And she got up and walked away. Now, Claudia then went up to the cabin with Steven. Y'all ready? Claudia, I remember Stephen Gay. But Claudia then went up to that cabin with Stephen and she telling him about her encounter with Crystal down to the art gallery. She feels by Crystal not confirming or denying it that it's true. Her and Matt used to sleep together. He still wants to know why she won't talk to Matt about this. Claudia says that she didn't ask because she didn't want to be hurt anymore. Can you understand how that feels? I already know it in my guts, but him verbalizing it will just be the end of me. I don't want to hear that. She said she don't even know why she's there. He didn't ask her to come up there, and she asked him to tell her to leave, but he told her to stay. And when he told her to stay, she asked him to hold her. And bitch, he went over there and held her. And the next thing I know, Claudia then popped motherfucking Steven's cherry because remember, he never been with a woman before. They in bed together. And she said there's a gentleness about him. And no matter what, that gentleness will always be inside of him. And that is where the episode ended for episode 9. I said, bitch, it's gonna be some shit. I'm starting to remember this shit, but now that I'm watching it with the fully adult eyes, cause see, I was a young girl watching this back in the 80s. Now I'm a full-grown woman, baby. I see the implications. I see where the mist gonna lie. Girl, I see all of this shit, and I'm here for the shit, bitch. We are going to complete this season of Dynasty, and I'll determine by how many views you guys give and the feedback off of these videos, whether or not I'll actually purchase season 2, because you have to purchase the whole season, bitch. And if I'm gonna spend that motherfucking $45, I need to know I'm gonna get some views from y'all. So that we almost at the end of season 1, but I'm gonna play it on out, child. J. Ray, I hope I have been able to keep you thoroughly entertained and happy, boo, because you inspired me to come back and start picking these up and doing them again. And I thank you for that because I'm having a good time with it, girl. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Remember, in closing, as always, you do not have to be great to get started, but you must get started in order to be great. And it is the depth of your struggle that will determine the ultimate height of your success. Have a wonderful remainder to your Friday. I plan on doing the same. And have a safe and blessed weekend, you guys. You will get this Friday night on the members only, and it will be open for the public on Saturday morning. You guys have a great weekend and keep it safe and keep it cute. See you on the next retro review.